Hi, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of the Quiver Podcast. A 7-0 start by the Lady Spikers, putting a smile on, on all our faces. So, tonight, again, it's me and Brian. So, the same crew that did the Quiver Quickie earlier today. So, yeah, the Quiver Quickie crew is still here. All right. So yun nga, we just did the quickie right now, and we wanted to spend a little bit more time. Okay, what did the fans have to say about the game? So Brian had especially picked like a couple of questions that were asked by the by sorry, not questions, comments from our various social pages, and we'll kick it off from there. So that's how we're gonna do this episode for the win against NU. So Brian, maybe you could start.
All right, let's start on this note sent by Alexander Patrick Linya on our IG story. Thank you for your participation. Two words, sweet revenge. I guess after losing to NU in 5 UAP matches prior to this one, nakaisa na ulit. So yeah, that's an overarching theme of this matchup. Finally, Lasal getting one after season 86 round one. So yeah, Gio, you were there. How did it feel like? How did the LaSalle crowd respond to that performance?
You know what? Like, so in the Quiver Quickie, like when I mentioned it, my personal feeling was that LaSalle had it in control the entire game. Like, parang, alam mo yun, like, a little bit of overconfidence na nga masyado on my side na, di mananalo yan, sure ball. Maybe a little bit of arrogance as well. Like, I think sometime in the second set, I went out and nakipagdaldalan ako with somebody, knowing full well we would win. Alam mo yun, I personally felt a little bit of overconfidence on my side. But after the game, I asked a couple of people, and not all of them felt the same way. A lot of them were a little bit more nervous about it. So maybe mali yung pulso ko ng crowd, and I guess that's fine. But also, maybe this is a reaction to how I normally watch. Sa basketball naman kasi, in my mind, lagi tayong underdog eh. And, there's always something to prove it. So, I wanted a little bit more of a relaxing game. But that being said, the crowd was quite into it. Especially when we went up 15-3, and because of how dominant the Lady Spikers were in the first two sets, it was so academic in the first two sets. The third set was a little bit difficult, but the crowd was there, and um, something I think that we look forward to in the second round. I can imagine how wilder it's gonna get pag second round. Alam niyo naman guys, pag first round there's a little bit level of tentativeness with all of this. So it's a good way to start off the season.
Yeah, I agree. I also share yung level of assuredness, I guess, from watching the girls kanina. It's more of we're not sure of the result, but at least you're sure that the players will respond to situations, and it was good for them to dictate the tempo of the match, especially yun nga, we became aware only today, at least tayo, that we won't have our usual starting rotation in place because Lilay del Castillo is absent. I heard she's recovering from an illness, so get well soon, Lilay, and she'll have the whole week, Monday to Friday, to recover before that Adamson game. We now know is on Saturday. Sabi ni Francis Luis Pasigan sa YouTube natin, nag-comment na siya dun sa Quickie. It really shows yung depth ng Lady Spikers and very consistent si Nunag as a setter. Sana magtuloy-tuloy and work on pa rin yung kailangan i-work on. So I guess from that statement, nagkaroon tayo ng unusual starting rotation, and also NU had their unusual starting rotation with Coach Regine Diego opting for Celine Marsh starting over Sam Cantada. Of course, Sam Cantada mataas yung hype, and justifiably, she's been putting stellar performances. I think kung hindi maganda laro niya nung early games ng NU this season, who knows what could have happened there. So that was a surprise not to see. Sam Cantada start, but we cannot control that. It's more of also having the likes of Vida Caringal step up in the absence of Lila Del Castillo, and I think she looked her part. At sin parang yun nga, like what I also alluded to in the quickie. If you suddenly just watch the first time this season ng Lady Spikers, di mo mapapansin na she had, this is her first start. Parang ganun yung impression eh. How about you, Gio? I think this is your proper first time. Alam ko nakapanood ko na ibang games, pero parang ito yung talagang you were there, your senses are heightened and all that. How did you make of
Yeah,
Vida's
yeah.
performance?
Sorry, who?
Vida, Karingal, yeah. The
Vida Karingan. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I was really impressed by Vida Karingan's performance. As in, like, obviously, prior to the game, uh, I was looking at the trio of Lapot, Provido, and Canino, of course. But Karingan was a revelation, and you know how there's always that person who is like the next man up na kay Coach Ramil de Jesus na okay, in a year or two this person will be the star player, like in the same way Amy Provido was a few years ago, and the same way we've had that conveyor belt of talent over the last few years. She's just another one of those that is coming off that conveyor belt of talent. But more than Karinga's fantastic performance, even though si Coach Ramil kasi kept moving people in and out eh. So Nunag was coming in and out for Nicole Reyes, and even for Santos, so coming in for Lapot and Canino, Lapot primarily, right? They were putting in
yeah.
some great performances as well, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and the next man up mentality was really there. So performance is great, and I felt the electricity of this team. It was really fun to watch.
Yeah, grabe nga. I like that word, electricity. And ang Tagalog niya is kuryente. And this next comment kind of touches onto that with Joss Ong 3301 saying, nakaka-stress yung fourth set. Like, super talaga. I will say my piece, but I want to know first your piece. It was a strong start. You mentioned the score earlier, 3-15 for Lasal. Sabi nga ng take aim eh, yun daw yung date nung game. So, ano na 'to, nilagay nila yung date ng game. But yeah, 3-15 and then I think NU got to as close as 2 points. I think 19-17 ba? No, 17-15 yata yung score nun eh. But then Lasal just mustered enough composure and efficiency to get the job done. Was there any moment in that um rally by NU na parang you were getting uneasy watching that?
No,
Did you feel like Ateneo nung hinahabol natin sila sa men's basketball?
no,
That
no, no. No, 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 no. I mean, I think I discussed this a little bit during the Quiver Quickie. Was that Coach
Mhm.
Ramil had so much confidence in the players that he didn't even call a timeout. Like,
Yeah,
can you
kasi
imagine that? Right?
si Coach
He
Noel
did
and si
not.
Coach yung anak niya, 'di ba, was signaling for like
Oh,
time.
oh, 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 oh. Like they were like, no, let's have a timeout. No, he did not. He was like, and we were. I hate to say this, but in the context of what had happened, to say we were only up by three, um, being up by 12 at some point in time. But if against NU, especially over the last 3 4 years, man, being up by three is a luxury. Alam mo yon, like sometimes you gotta step back and realize na parang okay, teka lang, we're good. I was never worried during that run. We always say this in basketball. If you guys listen to our podcasts, that leads are there because not just para tambakan, but it's also our cushion because tao din yun eh. Magkakamali tayo. It's our chance to rotate, move players in and out. And if you notice, when we went up big, Coach Ramil was also moving players in and out already. Napansin niya na napagod na si Canino, pagod na si Lapot, and pagod na si Provido. So they took them a chance. They gave them a chance to go out. And sure, the lead shrunk down, but but even if the lead was shrinking down, we were still scoring points here and there. So I don't think I was ever worried. Um, I told myself I would be worried kung tumabla.
Yeah,
But,
yun nga. I will
oo,
say that din, parang sa basketball kasi 'di ba, we can equate siguro, not directly. When we had that 2-point lead na lang, we were still up maybe 2 possessions, we can put that, we can frame it like that. So we
oo,
had buffer. Kumbaga, if we are down to 1 na lang, okay, medyo shaky. But if we extend it to 3 and then we build on that again, then it won't mean too much of a difference if you're up by 3 or you're up by 12. As long as you're not down, I guess, parang ganun in that context, or you're not level. Especially in a sport like volleyball where your turnovers or your errors automatically translate to points sa kabila eh. Unlike basketball, di ba? If you make a turnover, pwede mo pabawian on transition. But in
correct, correct,
volleyball,
oo.
it's really precious those moments. And yun nga, I think doon na nga binalik yung seniors, and that's where they really just held the fort, and we have to give them a lot of credit. Parang alam mo yung malalim yung team, but at the same time, yung yung reliability ng starters natin, it's there for display. So yeah, those are the comments that I can pick out from our fans. So thank you for your participation on our YouTube and on our IG. We appreciate them, and just keep them coming every time. I guess other talking points I have from the game is that yun nga as in we now faced everyone. So this is more of a wholesale thing. We now faced everyone. And everyone also now knows how Lasal plays. Kasi yun, nabanggit ko I think in the preseason preview na we didn't play the Shinkies preseason. That meant that whatever we would show in the tournament is the first time maybe they will face Lasal in this form. I mean, they already know what Angel can do. They know what Shabana can do. They know what Amy can do. But the rest, parang as a collective, maybe ngayon pa lang na-absorb. And I want to ask you this kasi syempre yun nga, Adamson, maybe we will go there. Parang nakakapa na nila at least na yung mga teams medyo nababasa na how Lasal is doing. And yet, you see performances like this against NU. Maybe because of Lilay not being present, baka naapektuhan yung scouting report ng NU, I don't know. But at least you can be encouraged by the next man up, and everyone's not being faced by the spotlight or the pressure, which can be a worry too in the UAP. Like, alam mong magaling yung player pero minsan nabubulag lang siya. So how confident are you with this um team coming into the second round, Gio? Based on what you see, I mean, hindi lang tong game na to. I think you also got to see maybe 2 or 3 games along the way. So parang based on at least how the progression of this team has been, what are your takeaways from round one?
Okay, I'll probably start with the takeaway from which Vic mentioned on our group chat, right? Which is he kind of believes na on our end, um, the only people that can beat the Lady Spikers will be themselves. So that's kind of what Vic said in our group chat. I'm a little bit more conservative about that. I I think that I think that what it started to worry me a little bit, na we kept winning in straight sets because parang hindi tayo nahahanapan ng kahit anong sort of adversity to pull through, which is important in a team sport. And I think that the unfortunate thing was it happened against Ateneo. Now we dropped the set. I know we were joking about like all those not dropping asides, but those are important kasi it's those times that you really figure out who you are and who you want to become and how you really improve it. So that being said, I don't want to make predictions for the second round, but I also do agree to a certain extent with Vic, but also at the same time, the one thing that I'm a little bit more worried in the second round is the other teams that will start to peak at the right time. Okay, and what I mean by that is just look at the basketball season. Nobody expected the Green Archers to be champions after all the injuries that they had, etc. And yun nga, that running joke was that okay, DLSU versus UP. We had this whole parity season, and we ended up at DLSU versus UP anyway. The teams will peak in the second round. I wouldn't count UST out. I know UST's had a terrible first round, but they beat FEU in straight sets also, which is big. So I don't want to count them out yet. I don't want to count out Adamson yet, and I certainly don't want to count out NU yet. So I I think that the girls need to keep finding that extra motivation to push because they're now being hunted. Alam mo yun? They everybody now knows na okay, we need to stop Lasal. So there's an extra motivation. So I hope that we can use that to improve and obviously to it'd be great to have another 14 to end the season 14-0. Has the Lady Spikers ever ended 14-0? Parang hindi pa, no?
I can't remember in recent history, so if any of our viewers or listeners can recall the last time, parang laging may one defeat
Oo, may
or something.
13-1 eh. Oo eh. Hindi
Or
zero eh.
12-2, parang ganun. Something like that. At least when
Oo.
I started college, I remember wala. Laging may isa at least or dalawa. But that's really just a testament of what we've been doing. It doesn't matter if sweep. So let's see how we cope with the sweep. Well, maybe there was one pala. Tayo yung natalo tayo sa finals noon. I think, yeah, I remember now. Against Ateneo, we had that best of 5 series. Now we are 1-0 up na. And then Ateneo beat us 3 times. Parang ganun nangyari. But we won one. So parang naging 3-1 siya. And then they just won. Naalala ko na. But that was one season lang. I think season 76, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Sige, we're gonna check that.
Memories.
We're gonna check that volleyball,
Yeah.
75.
I-VAR mo sa akin yung season 76.
Sige. We'll
Kung
check it
tama
out.
ba?
We'll
Yeah,
check it out.
Stockley
Yeah.
Park, Stockley Park natin yan. Baka ma-award din. Di joke lang.
Uh,
Yeah, ako siguro, I wouldn't, syempre masaya tayo, 7-0, masaya, ask anyone, di ba? If you start the season, magsa 7-0 ka at one point, syempre you'll take that. You won't say, hindi, ayaw namin mag 7-0, baka mag-peak kami too early. Like, hindi naman ganun siguro eh. Pero I agree with you, Gio, when it comes to being wary of how the teams now cope with Lasal because we set the standard now and I guess it's not a standard that's too far for the other teams to reach. We've seen in moments how Adamson and UST have tested Lasal. I mean, yeah, UST, even that same team that looked like they struggled against us, but there was a set there that they could have swung that game into their favor if they made one attack sharper or if they received much better. Mga ganong pangyayari. And that's how fine margins really are with volleyball. Even if yeah, we swept the USD and FU straight sets. Pero parang, if you watch that game, it was more of this pleasant disbelief. Parang, oh, the 3 sets natin yung USD and FU. I know that was not in our cards, but yeah, that's how things panned out. And for Lasal, what pleases me is that we got to win this game, even if we had a lot of errors giving
yeah.
away to NU, diba? So parang alam ng team na they're far from the finished article. And I guess that's what really inspires me as a fan na parang they know that this isn't where they want to be because maybe if NU was a bit more clinical in this game, maybe it could have gone to 5 sets, maybe NU could have won pa nga. Like, it's parang din nangyari nung nag-error tayo, we were also lucky that NU was also committing the same number of errors, if less, at least yung timing ng errors nila were more critical, parang ganun. So,
Oo.
we make our own luck kasi even if we make mistakes, we are also lucky that our opponents make mistakes, especially attacking errors nila. And I think I will attribute that to our intimidating net defense. Pag lumulundag yung blockers natin, sometimes yung attacks ng NU, they just soar above everyone else. So it goes out and it goes untouched. And parang, alam mo yun, that's really just what we built as a team. I don't recall a team in recent history sa Lasal na maliit sa net. We always have our blockers and our even our opposites and open spikers. Parang lahat sila nagtutulong-tulong sa net. So even centers pa nga sometimes si Nuna, she's also active in blocking. So I guess that's really discipline and tawag dito, the character of the Lasal volleyball brand under Coach Ramil. Who actually, sisingit ko na din itong comment na to ni um, Jeremy Magnayan. Sabi niya, Coach Ramil seems to be pleased. He was in the press con. He was in the press room for the post-match. He was joking as well. So parang, bihira kasi si Coach Ramil magpa-interview. I think si Coach Noel did a
Oo.
lot of the press con chores for the season. So yeah, it's also it brings a lot of optimism seeing Coach Ramil bring himself to the press room, yun nga, offer his thoughts, and, di ba, parang, it's refreshing to see, and alam niya, sinabi din naman niya doon na yung desire talaga ng players really showed in the match, and yun nga, 5 straight losses, parang 6 straight losses to NU would have been unthinkable, I guess, and kudos to
Yeah.
the girls for really giving the fight and earning the win. Yeah, we can say na collecting the win, and they earned it, and yeah, props to
Oo.
them.
Okay.
Speaking of props pala, Gio, na-confirm mo na ba? Tama ba?
Yeah,
Hindi ko rin
I'm
na-confirm.
gonna VAR you. I am gonna VAR you right
Oh,
now.
go. Oo.
Ano? So
Sila ba o tayo? Ikaw.
Lasal has never
So sila yata yun pala. Baka sila yata yun.
sorry, teka lang, I just need to double check something Wait, I got
Sige, sige
confused. Give me
lang.
a second
We have time, pero before, sige, while you take time with
Yeah,
that,
nag
touch
14-0 tayo. Nag 14-0
yeah, di
tayo.
ba? Naalala ko nga eh.
Yeah,
And then,
that was
and then we
that was
dropped,
season 76. That was season
yes.
76 where Ateneo beat us 3 times.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
But
And we
the
only had
reason
to
why
win 2. We only
yeah,
had to
no,
win
but
2 that time.
yeah, but this is why I got confused because in season 77, Ateneo also went 14-0.
Yeah. Oo. Yan yung
Yeah.
perfect season nila if I
Yeah.
remember
No,
somehow.
pero in the season 76 kasi I don't count that kasi they made the wrong call on Abby Maranyo eh.
Yes, oo.
We were supposed to win that eh. Hindi
Oo nga,
siya ano
oo
eh.
nga.
Oo eh. So that we were a championship point in
Oo,
game
oo.
in
Yung,
the last game
the
yata.
last game, yeah, last game. Game 4. The
Oo.
hot game 4 that there was.
Oo, we were a championship point in the last game and Abby Maranyo had a valid spike that was called out. Oh no.
Sayang, wala pang
There,
challenge system nun.
yeah,
Unfortunately.
yeah. There must have been a Green Fans. So obviously, Green Fans was before the quiver. So if you think our YouTube, we might have talked about that. Like,
Yeah.
maybe don't look at it. You would just see all of us like 30, 40
Drinking.
pounds thinner back in the day. Maybe don't look
Yeah,
for
yun
it.
din. Yeah, so speaking of a glorious day for Lasal, it's not just the women who won, of course. A big win for the Green Spikers in
Oh
beating
yeah.
NU in 5 sets. They took sets 2, 3, and 5, while NU took sets 1 and 4. And medyo big deal siya for the Green Spikers because at one point in our series this season, kami ni Vic parang sinasabi namin na the Green Spikers are in trouble. Maybe the expectation is too much after a Final Four and this seems like a rebuild. But then they responded with 3 straight wins. The biggest one to date is of course against the 5-time defending champions NU. So to me when I was watching that game, parang sabi ko lang, they really showed NU that they can cope with everyone. Kasi syempre, if you can beat the champions, that means you can beat anyone. The problem is they can also lose to everyone. And I guess that's the beauty of the competition. But at the same time, for the Green Spikers, maybe heading to the second round, also against Adamson, a team that they've beaten in the first round, if they can stitch that 3 into 4, malaking bagay because that means they'll be level in 500 territory and currently tied for fourth against Ateneo for that Final Four spot. So parang, ano many may have ruled you out na when you gone 0-4 kasi inassume nila na baka talo sa NU. But then, yun nga, tinalo mo yung NU eh. So it means that when you play the other teams that you also lost to in the second round, maybe the boys will now find that confidence back and they will play to their best. Kasi kita the talent is not too far from the champions. Parang, yeah, syempre, we have to respect NU. They're a championship team. They've proven that in the 5 years that they've been champions. Pero Lasal can match them eh. So siguro yun yung hinahanap yun ng Green Spiker fans. How about you, Gio? Looking from a distance, kasi I think we can concede na hindi mo siya napanood. But I mean, they're following the storyline at least of this men's volleyball team.
Yeah,
Do they borrow inspiration from another men's Lasal team?
yeah. No, at the end of the day, because it's really how you finish a season, right? Like you can a 3-4 can easily be a 10-4 at the end of it all, right? And a 10-4 is it could be enough for a twice to beat advantage, and that obviously also could be enough for a championship. So it's the same logic with the women's team, right? With the women's tournament, is that just because the South 7-0 doesn't mean the team needs to stop working. It doesn't mean that we can rest on our laurels and just say, oh, we've dropped, how many sets have we dropped this season,
I think
right?
we've dropped four. Dalawa sa Agad
Yeah,
yun, tapos tig-isa sa NU and Ateneo.
yeah, yeah. We dropped 4 sets this season. Um, it's obviously extremely premature to say we're champions, but there's a lot of work to do. In the same way that the men's team also, like, just because they started 0-4 and now they're 3-4 and well within playoff picture, pwede pa yan eh. There's a big chance. The destiny is still in their control. I'm gonna go back to the men's basketball team. Now, if you talk about the story of the men's basketball team this season, the one thing is they had their destiny in their hands the entire season, and that's probably how I feel about this team as well.
Yeah, medyo mahirap kalimutan yung men's basketball team kasi suot may championship shirt.
No, naman, no, naman.
We have to
Oo.
remind people. Baka may second edition, but we're not gonna get too ahead of ourselves. Parang, let's take it one game at a time, and it's Adamson coming on Saturday, so think that's gonna be a double header. After Adamson, actually, is UST, which is an odd weekday game. Not to say it doesn't happen all the time, kasi naalala ko rin 2 seasons ago, nagkaroon ng Wednesday. I think even last year, nagkaroon ng Wednesday USD Lasal volleyball series. So, abangan nyo yun. The game will be sa Araneta. So, malapit lang sa inyo ni Willie. So, maybe people looking for you guys will see you. I don't know. But that's on
Yeah,
Saturday.
maybe more.
Saturday, si Willie. Baka si
Yeah,
Willie
maybe more
Vita.
Siwili. Yeah, di ako pwede sa... I'm saying it's right now. I can't go this Saturday.
Ako
Yeah.
pag-isipan ko, I think I'm available. Kaso, tapos Araneta naman. Kasi di ba sinabi ko nung Quincy, kaya hindi ako pumunta ng live. Sabi ko, uy, bo, tapos di pa natatalo tong team na to. Pag pumunta ako, tapos natalo, alam na.
Oo, oo,
Joke lang.
oo.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
ayan. So, speaking of the UAP events, our rundown is commiserations to Zobel losing the Final Four matchup in quite heartbreaking fashion against the National University Nazareth School. Sayang, no? I mean, could have forced twice the rubber match, but yeah, wasn't to be
Yeah.
the case.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for Coach
Uh,
Ian and the rest of the junior archers, but it's still a proud run for them. Like finishing fourth in a season where maybe they weren't expected to finish there.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
kudos
No,
to
no, you're
them.
right. You're right. You're right. Like, the last few seasons have been like a Kevin Alas,
No, si
sorry,
Keeper.
Kiefer Alas.
Yeah.
Kiefer Alas. Have been a Kiefer Alas showcase, right? And during those times, um, we really did not make the Final Four. And now the team has actually gelled a little bit, and behind Makod Davao, who's been, who I think reached Mythical 5, is part of the
Yes,
Mythical
I
5, right?
believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Formality. We'll just wait for the
what
awarding.
yeah, so what a performance from him and from the rest of the boys to this season. So nothing to be ashamed of. Um, and hopefully, you're in the seniors ranks, diba?
Yeah,
So,
and speaking of Isabel team as well, I think we forgot to mention that they finished second in the baseball tournament, losing to Southridge, and their football team is also doing well, securing a Final Four spot, winning three straight, I think, or maybe longer. I was able to track at least three straight wins. Nakakalimutan ko kasi sila eh. Kasi pag kami rundown na episode, parang sila yung di ko nababanggit. Parang sabi ko, kita ko lang na result ng Isabel. Di ko nabanggit. Anyway, congratulations to them. But job's not done. Maybe they can get twice to beat. Abangan natin how that unfolds. The softball team unfortunately lost to UP, but they're in the race for the finals anyway. So stay tuned and follow social media for more updates. UAP and even DLSU sports. And I think there was also fencing and tennis. And I think we scored well against Ateneo at least this weekend sa tennis.
yeah,
So congratulations to our tennis players. I think both teams still in the playoff run. So women's, I think it's finals, and sa men's parang final four format. So yeah, support the local teams. That's what we do here, and yeah, good luck to everyone still in season 80, and well done to everyone who's finished their season 80. Right?
I have a question though. Like,
Uh-huh.
obviously Southridge won nga that tournament, not the no. Since Southridge is technically not a UAAP school, do we still get all 15 points?
Oh nga, no? That's a good question. Yeah,
Yeah,
I will look at how they score it. But in case hindi, then baka na forfeit yung 15 and then 12 na yung highest. That's my guess.
yeah.
Without
I would
having to look at how they do that.
I would imagine the same. I would imagine that it's the same. But I'm curious, like how do these guest teams work?
Yeah.
So
Or maybe they get their 15 points then. But yung GC tally nila, like, wala. Parang irrelevant kasi wala sila. Well, apparently, Southridge is joining a lot of juniors events. So maybe they have their own juniors tally. No? Kasi I think Claret is only joining one or two sports. But Southridge, I think they're fitting in other sports too. So baka may sarili silang junior. Baka may merit na sila sa juniors tally. That's another
yeah,
thing that we can consider.
correct. So yeah, no, I guess I was just generally curious about that and
Yeah.
if how it works. Okay, and recruitment news for the Green Archers. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, so we have a couple of guys. Let me just pull out their names. Um,
Unfortunately, not Kiefer Alas. This is not the podcast for that.
you can listen to our friends the Nico Rocha podcast. They'll probably talk about that. Boleros will probably no, I'm pretty sure Nico Rocha talked about it already.
Yeah.
I saw it somewhere. I saw it somewhere else. So then I'm just not sure about the no. I'm sure the Boleros talked about it too. Those
Yeah.
podcasts are
Yeah.
for
For
Kiefer
more
Alas.
info, head on there. Yeah.
Yeah. This podcast is not even going to speak about it because a little too much Sobel players going to Ateneo over the last few years. Medyo nasanay na kami.
Oh,
So,
from Nico Elorde and Green Capascio pa lang.
yeah, medyo nasanay na kami. So, anyway. But of course, with Coach Gian there,
Hopefully. Hopefully the path is more secure. But let's see. I mean, we're not stopping players naman. Yeah, who are
yeah.
these players?
Yeah,
You want to mention?
first, Welo Lingoligo moves from UE to Benilde. And the first
Mhm.
thing I can think about is, my God, at least that guy killed us last year. And we almost lost to UE last year. They could have had their lone win against us last year.
Would
So
have been,
it would,
yeah, one. Yeah.
yeah, would have been great. It's now great. It's now great that he's now
Naka-agree
with
na siya, no?
us.
Naka-agree na
Uh,
siya sa NCAA. And maybe, who knows, he can be like Precious Momoe, contend for a title after leaving UE.
yeah.
Let's see. Let's see.
So I think the one that we know now is si Joffrey Santos.
Mm-hmm.
is supposed to transfer to DLSU. Welcome to Lasal, Joffrey. There's another guy, right? From the Zamboanga, ano?
Yeah, I
That's
forgot his
Zamboanga.
name lang. Yeah, yung sa Valiantas, no?
Yeah, yeah, oo, sa Valientes. So, yeah. And
That
recently, from the Twitter account of the UAP Archives, Jason Kimball also.
yeah,
No,
the
no,
other
yeah, yeah,
from NC in the US
yeah,
division. Yeah.
yeah.
But that's
So,
unverified pa kasi wala pa yung jacket, wala pa yung ano.
oo,
So,
wala pa yun. Wala pa. Si kaibigan natin, si Achax.
yeah.
Unless my picture with Achax, hindi pa yun verified.
Kasi to be fair,
So,
si Maymay, di ba, nakapag 1 year naman siya eh. So, official yun. Pagka nagkaka-jacket na yung picture na, yeah, it happens.
oo.
Just to
So,
open bit of old wounds there.
yeah. So, I mean, so joins John T. Miller, of course, to the Green
Yeah.
Archers. So, we'll
And marami
see.
pa sa junior siguro, pero hindi pa kasi tapos yung UAP juniors. Eh. So, out of respect to those teams still in the hunt. Who knows? If you watch the finals, baka some of them land in Lasal, some of them may go to other schools. Kasi, di ba, high school, eh, graduation, and it's a natural evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I think it's si Denver Cadiz from the Zamboanga
Yes, Denver,
Valientes.
yeah, yun nga. Sabi ko, NBA team na name, Denver
So,
Cadiz,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we've yeah. So we'll wait till it's official, of course. Hopefully, a couple of guys from Green Hills and Zobel will move. All I'm gonna say is medyo swerte tayo sa mga Davao. Davao has given us a
Championship.
championship. So not to add pressure, but of course, just teasing.
It's a
Okay.
legacy. It's a legacy.
Uh,
um,
okay.
siguro, Gio, one last thing before we end is
Uh,
that we have to shout out our friends from Ibarra Manila.
yeah. Let's talk about our friends from Ibarra, Manila, man. Their timepieces. So you should. So if you buy an Ibarra timepiece, proceeds will go to supporting future Green Archers and scholarship funds. And it's a beautiful watch. I absolutely love it. I have my own. I have the first, and they're coming up with new ones lately. So those are even better. So please don't forget to support Ibarra Manila, and they are available at the DLSA office. But of course, you can also buy them elsewhere, like on their Instagram page. They are in Kotura as well. So fantastic. But if you want to support the scholars of DLSU, the DLSU scholars, please get it by the DLSA. I think that's the best way
Yeah,
to
and
support.
yung Trofeo Quiver Dial, that
Yes.
magnificent piece of uh, pag dito, illuminated dial where you will see the
Yeah.
Green Archer.
Yeah. As you move closer, dun mo lang makita yung Green Archer. It's fantastic. It's great. Okay.
Hey, yeah.
All, all right. I think that's it, Brian. And despite the fact that um, as basketball primary people, we've extended the episode up to 38 minutes and only talked about the Green Archers like 10 times in this episode. So
Yeah.
so so I think it worked out. All in all, it worked out. All right. So the round one's over, and let's continue to support the Lady Spikers and of course the other teams that are competing in the second round, in the UAP second round. So thank you for listening to the Quiver. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our page. And as always, keep the faith and animo
Last,
lasal.